welcome to the PCFL show. On this week's episode, we've got highlights from our Breast Cancer Awareness Week 6 and previews for Week 7. The PCFL show is brought to you in part by MD Concepts. For all your design needs, call 916-747-9255. Also by HostedSports.com, the only one-stop place for all sports on the web. Be sure to like the PCFL Facebook page and PCFL show links and share those links so we can get more friends, family, and fans involved with their local teams. Also check out the PCFL.com for more information. We've got a lot to get through, so let's get to the highlights. In the first quarter, this run by Jeremy Lindsay puts the Outlaws in scoring position. Quarterback Trent Thompson takes it in for the touchdown. On the ensuing possession, Vernon Pope Banks hits Mike Harris for the first down and more. Curtis Berry takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown. This swing pass to Terrence Williams sets up the next Outlaws score, which is another run by Trent Thompson. The extra point was good and the Outlaws take the lead. In the second quarter, the Outlaws pitch to Terrence Williams, who passes it to Terrell Woodall and takes it 40 yards for the touchdown. The point after is good, and the Outlaws extend their lead. A bad snap forces Vernon Pope Banks to scramble. He looks and throws, but it's picked off. And running back Jeremy Lindsay takes the handoff and sidesteps it into the end zone for the touchdown. The point after is good, and the Outlaws are up by 3 scores. Later in the quarter, Trent Thompson hits Terrell Woodall over the middle, who turns it upfield and takes it the distance for the touchdown. On the next Outlaw possession, the War Angel defense holds him and forces the punt. Mike Harris is back to receive the kick, takes it at the 20, and turns upfield, taking it 80 yards for the touchdown. And Earl Williams comes down with the 2-point conversion. Later in the third quarter, Trent Thompson scrambles and takes it in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day. They go for 2 and hit Carl Kirkland in the flat. The War Angels answer back as Curtis Berry gets his 2nd touchdown of the day. Willie Evans hauls in the pass for the 2-point conversion. And your final score, East Bay Outlaws 41, Richmond War Angels 22. The Knights get on the board first with this John Russell pass to Tony Duplessis. The point after is good and the Knights are up. The Chiefs get the ball, Tyone Little's hit by Jonathan Hampton, and John Fernandez recovers the fumble. Angelo Jeffrey gets the handoff and takes it in for the touchdown. Another PAT and the Knights extend their lead. In the second quarter, the Knights go to punt, but Justin Christensen blocks it and makes the tackle. But a few plays later, the Knights force a fumble and it kills the drive. And 3 plays later, John Russell hits John Mosley for the touchdown. And Garcia's good on another PAT. The Chiefs get the ball, and 6 plays later, Javon Carrington takes it in for the touchdown. The conversion was no good, and on the ensuing kickoff, Chris Little takes it and goes 80 yards for the touchdown. Another point after is good for Johnny Garcia. And on the next series, the Chiefs punt, and Chris Little takes it to the house. And Johnny Garcia hits his 5th of 6 PATs for the day. In the third quarter, a 30-yard run by Tejan Sorrell sets up this 25-yard touchdown run by Wayne Rippard. The Chiefs go for the conversion. Quarterback Tyone Little scrambles and hits DeAndre Stoudemire for 2. Trying to get back into the game, the Chiefs defense holds as Lee Dunn picks off this Jason Hurd pass. But the Knights defense takes him right back out with this forced fumble. The Knights take over with a short field, and Jason Hurd sneaks it in for the touchdown. Johnny Garcia is good for the point after, and the scoring is capped by Johnny Garcia with this 41-yard field goal. And your final score, NorCal Knights 45, Solano Chiefs 12. On the opening drive, Will Kildare completes this bomb to move into Fury territory. But Ron O'Neal steps in, picks the ball, and takes it to the house for the touchdown. Nick Whitaker's point after is good. Later in the second quarter, Dante Mills takes it outside and into Fury territory. A few plays later, Will Kildare hits Dwayne Eisen on the out, and he breaks a tackle and turns it up for the touchdown. The point after is good, and the score is tied. In the second half, defenses continue to dominate. But it would be special teams that turned the tide in this game. Kenny Mills takes the punt, turns right, makes a cut, and heads upfield for the touchdown. And Danny Betancourt puts the point after through. On the ensuing possession, the Barnstormers hold the Fury. And right before the end of the third quarter, Dante Mills turns the corner for a 25-yard touchdown. Another point after, and the Barnstormers extend their lead. In the fourth quarter, the Fury are starting to move the ball, but Andrew Betancourt overthrows his receiver, and it's picked off. That return sets up this run by Elray Henry, who stays on his feet and stumbles in for the touchdown. And Danny Betancourt hits his fourth PAT for the day. With time running out in the fourth quarter and pressure from the defense, Betancourt hits Terrence McGee, who makes some great moves and takes it to the house for the touchdown. The two-point conversion is good, but too little too late, and your final score, Central Coast Barnstormers 28, Capital City Fury 15. The PCFL show is brought to you in part by Graves Video Production. Capture life's great moments. Go to gravesvideo.net. Also in part by Sweet 51 Video Productions, official videographer for the West Valley Wolves.
You are watching the PCFL show with your host, Angry Mike.
The Giants bust out of the gate quickly on the opening possession as Javon Cherry hits B.J. Wimberly for 70 yards down to the 10-yard line. 2 plays later, Cherry hits Deshaun Hosey Jr. for the touchdown. After the Bears go 3 and out, the Giants are on the move again, but Cherry scrambles and the Bears get a big pick by Israel Price in the end zone. Mario Carter and Rob Sherman team up to sack the quarterback to pin the Bears deep. But on the next play, Logan Hollis Jr. hits Tobias Sanders on a perfectly set up screen pass that goes 96 yards for the touchdown. And Tate's point after is good. Midway through the second quarter, the Bears are backed up to a 3rd and long. Logan Hollis Jr. scrambles and finds a receiver for the first down. And a few plays later, Logan Hollis hits the open man for the touchdown. The point after is good, and it's 14-6 Bears. With just under a minute before halftime, Andy Roberts of the Bears picks off this Javon Cherry pass and tosses it to Anthony Bell. But Deshaun Hosey Jr. knocks the ball loose, and it's picked up by Hannibal Jones, who takes it 60 yards for the touchdown. And with only 4 seconds left in the half, Logan Hollis Jr. hits Davian Tate for the touchdown. The point after was good, and it's 21-12 at the half. The Bears went into halftime with momentum, and they just kept it rolling in the third as Logan Hollis throws his 4th touchdown of the day. And the Bears extend their lead with this pass to Brian Crittenden for the touchdown. And later in the 4th, Jared Dixon makes an excellent catch, which lets Keith Schenkel punch it in for the touchdown. The Bears run a fake, go for 2, and it's good. And to cap off the scoring, Javon Cherry hits B.J. Wimberly for a 30-yard touchdown. The 2-point conversion is good. And your final score, Roseville Bears 43, Golden State Giants 20. The South Bay Stallions opening drive looked good behind the running of Alay Dupree, but ultimately came up short as the Hurricanes defense stopped them. And the Stallions defense pushed the Hurricanes back as Jason Walker comes up with this 3rd down sack. The Hurricanes go to punt, but it's bobbled and then stripped by Jason Walker, recovered by Chris Marshall for the touchdown. The extra point is good, 7-0 Stallions. The Hurricanes offense answers back as they battle their way down the field. They get into the red zone, but the Stallions defense stops them on 4 downs. The rest of the half and the third quarter was a defensive battle. Later in the 4th quarter, Stallions ball at the 3-yard line and Allen Webster takes it in for the touchdown. And the Hurricane offense answers back as they drive down the field. They get into the red zone, but the Stallion defense starts to clamp down as Jason Walker gets yet another sack. Ultimately, they just couldn't keep the Hurricanes out of the end zone. And in the closing minutes of the 4th quarter, Alay Dupree scampers in for the touchdown. The extra point's good, and your final score, South Bay Stallions 20, Stockton Hurricanes 6. Early in the first quarter, the Heat are moving the ball, but feeling pressure, Weaver throws it up, and Noel Calvert for the Wolves comes down with the pick. And on the next possession, Teddy Anderson answers back by evading pressure and heaves it down the field, complete to C.J. Smith, who takes it down to the 17. Two plays later, Dominic Miller runs it up the middle for the touchdown. After an exchange of possessions later in the first, Daniel Thomas picks off the pass, but the Heat miss a field goal and aren't able to capitalize. And on the ensuing possession, Teddy Anderson takes off running, but it is an option play, and Dominic Miller takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown. Teddy Anderson isn't the only quarterback who can run in this game. Ben Weaver takes it down all the way to the 2. And Chris Smith bounces it to the outside for the touchdown. The point after is good. It's 12-7 Wolves at the half. In the third quarter, a Wolves punt has the Heat pinned deep. Ben Weaver hits Kenny Reeder, and he takes it 91 yards for the touchdown. The point after is good, and the Heat take the lead. Later in the fourth quarter, the Wolves are moving the ball. Teddy Anderson scrambles and takes it in himself for the touchdown. After an exchange of possessions, Willie Johnson picks off this pass, but Noel Calvert takes it right back with his second of the day. Wolves running back Dominic Miller scores his third touchdown of the day. The Heat are pressing the ball down the field trying to narrow the gap, but the ball's overthrown and Eric Spivey picks it off. That set up this Teddy Anderson scramble. And your final score? West Valley Wolves 30, Reading Heat 14. Let's take a look at our performers of the week.
You're watching the PCFL show.
The West Valley Wolves take on the Roseville Bears in a game that will have playoff implications as well as national ranking implications. The West Valley Wolves are ranked 45th in the nation, while the Roseville Bears are ranked 21st. They both have strong defenses, strong running games, and the ability to throw the ball when they need to. The West Valley Wolves take on the Roseville Bears this Saturday, 5 o'clock at Del Oro High School. Sponsored by the Onyx Club of Roseville. The Reading Heat have shown the ability to play the tough teams close. They just need the confidence and the consistency to do it on a weekly basis. A win over the NorCal Knights will do just that. The NorCal Knights are the only remaining undefeated team in the PCFL, and they're ranked 13th in this week's Minor League Football News poll. Can they keep it rolling? The Heat take on the Knights this Saturday at Castlemont, 1 p.m. kickoff. Sponsored by Sports Plus One. Call 510-481-5112. It's a rivalry game for the Barnstormers and the Stallions. The Barnstormers are 5-1 and ranked 24th in the country. The Stallions ride into this game on a 3-game winning streak. A win against the Barnstormers will put them over 500 for the first time this season. The Barnstormers take on the Stallions this Saturday at Piedmont Hills High School. Kickoffs at 5:30. The East Bay Outlaws are coming off a big win last week. Can they keep the momentum going against a stingy Fury defense? The Fury have ridden their defense to a 4-2 start, but need more consistency out of their offense if they're going to win this one. This Saturday, the East Bay Outlaws take on the Capital City Fury at Rio Linda High School. Kickoffs at 5. Sponsored by Stickums. Highlights, collage sheets, action photos. Immortalize your favorite athlete today. Go to gotstickums.com. The War Angels are coming off a loss this week and looking to get back to what they do best. Running the football, throwing when they need to, and solid defense. The Hurricanes have shown some big playability and solid defense as well, just not on a consistent basis. When they do that, they'll start rolling in the wins. The Richmond War Angels take on the Stockton Hurricanes this Saturday at the Great Bowl in Lodi. Kickoffs at 5:30. The Golden State Giants take on the Solano Chiefs in their first ever meeting. Both teams feature swarming, attacking styles of defense and offenses that have shown flashes of what they could become. Special teams have plagued the Chiefs in the last few weeks. That could be the difference in this ballgame. The Giants take on the Chiefs this Saturday at Solano College. Kickoffs at 1 p.m. Sponsored by All Pro Security. Our focus is your security. Call Sean at 925-299-1308. Well, that's it for this week's episode. You know what I'm going to say, but I'll say it anyways. Share the show links on Facebook. The more people we can reach in our communities, the more will come to our games. Also, check out thepcfl.com for more info. I'm your host, Angry Mike, and I'll see you next week.